Right. Okay. So we've done 6 points on the program, and we're gonna go for the last 4. Okay. So number 7, which is crucial again. So each one is very crucial. African Knowledge Program. The forced separation of Africans from their homeland has resulted in cultural and social alienation from identity and existential belonging. Denied the right in law to life and divorced by space from the source of historic self, Africans have craved the right to return and knowledge of the roots. A program of action is required to build bridges of belonging. Such projects as school exchanges and cultural tours, community artistic and performance programs, entrepreneurial and religious engagements, as well as political interaction are required to neutralize the void created by slave voyages. Such actions will serve to build knowledge networks that are necessary for community rehabilitation. Yeah. But we're doing it now, Imaara. Some energy. Yeah. 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 Okay, can I answer? Yeah. Let me make a point here. They have been doing it, but the system closes it down, right? So I have been, but you listened, you actively listened, and so we could start the debate, right? The academics have been doing it, and they have taught, trying to spread the word, but on most occasions, people say, "Oh, you're an academic. Go away. You're not a real person. You don't know. You're an academic." So it's been shut down, and it doesn't serve the government's purpose if the people understand what this is about. So I kept pushing and plugging and trying to teach people. All my books have the 10-point program in the back of them. Every one I've written, because I've been pushing it. And then someone like you have listened. And so you're plugging it now. We're understanding, and more people will understand it from you doing this program. And then those people will explain it to others. And that's how we are meeting those who started this. We're all doing our work. All right. Let's move to the next one. Technology transfer from 40 years trade and production. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Yes. Yep. World economy. Yeah. Yep. Number 10, and number 10 is the final in the list of the 10-part program. Caribbean governments that emerged from slavery and colonialism part program. Caribbean governments that emerged from slavery and colonialism have inherited a massive crisis of community poverty and institutional unpreparedness for development. These governments still daily engage in the business of cleaning up the colonial mess to prepare for development. The pressure of development has driven governments to carry the burden of public employment and social policies designed to confront colonial legacies. This process has resulted in states accumulating unsustainable levels of public debt that now constitute their fiscal entrapment. This debt cycle properly belongs to the imperial governments, who have made no sustained attempt to deal with debilitating colonial legacies. Support for the payment of domestic debt and cancellation of international debt are necessary actions. Yeah, actions. Yeah. Yep. Of course. Yeah. Yeah. And change the narrative. Let me, I just want to point something out to your listeners. This sentence explains why the crown. We have to say the crown. The crown. The government works for the crown. It does not work for the Jamaican people. And if people start to understand that, and we start to move together, we'll make progress. That slogan under technology transfer, not a nail is to be made in the colonies. So if you keep your people, illiterate, and they're only what's the sentence? Exporters of raw materials, and they're not educated in the sciences, you keep them in poverty. You keep them dependent on the first world nations. You keep them having the brain drain. The brain drain is made up so it supports the Western countries. So all those people who are so happy that they're living in America, living in England and so on, we are sustaining the European economies once again in another way. That's why
really so important. That is what it has to be a culture of realize social media about GDM that everybody just want to just show themselves that and what we must also realize is that in order for us to
well, you know I am. Well, listen, I love you, Fit FM. I know we have to go, and I love you guys, and you know we're one love and unity everywhere, and this was fantastic, and you know I thank you for having me.
Share their journey and I was what you CARICOM, very interesting in point, CARICOM in point, that very interesting, like that, I want to say I find something, I want to say for that.
Thank you.
What you are doing.
Thank you.
Everyone is better for
yes. Yeah. Yes. And my books can be got at www.lulu.com, Sunset on the Horizon, Windrush Picnic, the book of poetry, and other books are there, so they can people who are interested in these areas. Sunset on the Horizon, a Maroon Woman's Story, is available on www.lulu.com, as well as Windrush Picnic Prosody, which is the poems that I read, is also available on www.lulu.com. Thank you very much. Yes. And thank you, Julia.